Okay, Ms. Riggs, if you can go ahead, and Mr. Matoyer, could you go ahead and just unmute yourselves and turn your videos on?
I'm not on the Zoom. I'm just on my phone. Oh, okay.
Ms. Riggs is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm about to call the judge out.
Maria, Mr. Lewis has arrived.
Call the judge, whatever you want to start first.
Yeah, because the AOP, they've arrived, Maria.
You want to do that AOP challenge first?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Riggs, go ahead and cut your camera off first. Cut your camera off right now and mute yourself. And Ms. Molina, unmute yourself and come on camera. And Mr. Lewis and Mr. Attorney Lewis, unmute yourself and come on camera.
I'm going. Give me 1 second.
Mr. Lewis, Attorney Lewis, can you please unmute yourself and come on camera, please? Attorney Lewis.
I'm here.
Can you please appear on camera? The judge is ready to begin the hearing.
Okay. Hang on just a minute, okay. Jennifer,
Hello?
just a second.
Is Mr. Rivera?
Yeah, he's here. He is. Here's Mr. Rivera right here. Mr. Rivera is right here.
Oh, okay. There's Mr. Rivera.
Mr. Rivera, can you please come on camera, please?
No, you just muted yourself, Mr. Rivera.
Yeah, Mr. Rivera.
Unmute yourself, please.
Okay, well, hold on. Break. You are unmuted.
That's the video, right? I'm here, Judge.
George, you're so old, you got to get a younger person to do your computer like I do, right?
You're right, Judge. We're all up there. You and I didn't grow up this way, did we?
We are.
How you been?
Fine, thank you. This is call number 2020-40170 in the interest of Leander Molina. Please, parties, raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera, you swear to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Molina, please identify yourself and your relationship to the child.
Gladys Molina, and I'm the mother.
All right, and Sir, please identify yourself and your relationship to the child.
Lucifer, and I'm the father.
Okay, and representing the father
George Lewis, Your Honor.
and representing the state.
Sade Parker, Your Honor.
And what are we doing today, Ms. Parker?
Your Honor, this is an AOP challenge
By the father?
by the
Mother?
father, Your Honor. The mother is not in agreement. Yeah, the mother and the state are not in agreement with, he's challenging AOP and requesting a paternity test.
Judge, that I can speak.
Yes.
The child's 12 years old, Judge. Looks like the father did sign AOP in 08, but the father's not heard from the mother since he signed AOP, which had been almost 12 years. Because of that unusual circumstance, we'd like to ask for DNA testing. There's been no contact. Child hasn't reached out. The mother hasn't reached out. So we have a question at this point.
All right, Ms. Molina, is there any possibility that Mr. Rivera is not the father of the child?
No, he is a father.
Okay, why don't
My
we
child
just,
looks just like him and his brother, so.
all right, why don't we do the DNA testing, and that way you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Your Honor?
Well, see, the thing is my thing is, the reason why I was denying the DNA test.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of interference here. What is this?
I don't know.
Ma'am, okay, you were saying, Ms. Molina?
Well, the reason why I was denying the DNA test is because I didn't think it was fair to put my child through the emotions as far as he's been without his dad.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you through all the clatter.
Are you on 2 devices?
No,
Okay.
What is the reset date for DNA?
Your Honor, the state still objects to the DNA test, and we object because Mr. Lewis has not said that Mr. Rivera does not believe he's the father. He said, and Mr. Rivera signed the AOP. He said he hasn't heard from them since he signed the AOP, not that he didn't believe he was the father when he signed the AOP. So just because you haven't talked to somebody in 12 years does not mean that you deserve a DNA test. And the phone works both ways. He could have called her, messaged her on Facebook, Instagram, any other type of way. He had ways to get in contact with her if he wanted to. He chose not to, and now we're here, and he's saying he wants a DNA test because he hasn't heard from her since after then. But there was no testimony that he ever doubted this child was his son.
Judge, I can put testimony if you want to, but I think the 12-year gap is very unusual.
Well, okay, then Mr. Rivera, you doubt that you're the father of the child?
I mean, I don't want to say anything wrong, but I'm not quite sure. I mean, it could be a yes, it could be a no. I mean, if I am,
All right.
I'm still, I know I'm taking my responsibility as is.
All right. Give me a reset date. I'm going to grant it.
4/28/21.
All right. DNA testing is ordered, and the case is reset to April 28th, 2021. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Is that 8 a.m., Judge?
Yes.
Okay, and you guys can go back over to the Zoom you were just on, and Miss Livingston will send you guys the reset order for you to sign. And then after you sign the reset, you'll be free to go. So go back to the Zoom you just came from, and
They'll tell us how to do the DNA and where to go.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Nice seeing you, Judge.
Okay. Who do we have now? Matoyer and Riggs, Ms. Parker?
Yes,
Please,
Your Honor.
go ahead and, okay. Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
does he need to go back to the,
Yes, he does.
all right. So do we have the Matoyer
Yes.
case now? Please
Yes, Your
unmute
Honor.
yourselves. Please unmute yourselves, Riggs and Matoyer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is cause number 2020-37508 in the interest of Brandon Matoyer. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
I'm Melissa Riggs. I'm the mother.
Okay, sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
I'm Brandon Matoir. I'm the father.
And for the state.
Sade Parker, Your Honor.
All right, we've got the original petition and a suit affecting parent-child relationship. What are we doing today?
Your Honor, we are the party. I have some stipulations to read. The parties are in agreement that Mr. Matoyer is the father. The parties are in agreement that Mr. Matoyer will carry the health insurance through his employer. The parties have agreed to no child support, but the state is not in agreement with that. And the parties have agreed to no retro, but the state is not in agreement with that.
All right, let's proceed.
Your Honor, the state would like to call Rainisha Riggs.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Riggs, in the last 4 years, how have you provided for your child?
What way? His dad actually takes, because I'm usually in between jobs from school, and I have 2 other kids. So as far as his financial needs, his dad has always done that. That's why I agreed to no child support.
And when you say he's always done that, what has he done?
He's made sure he has clothes. He's made sure anything that he needs, he has. I mean, we pretty much, he stays with his dad. He stays with me. Like it's not a thing of anything, like nothing with custodial, nothing like that. Like we've never came to the state for anything as far as coming in to ask for anything.
Okay, so is your child currently on Medicaid?
Yes, he is.
And in the last 4 years, have you ever been on any other type of government assistance?
Yes, that's what the case was. We were talking about with Miss Natasha. I had
Your
assistance, but it
Honor,
wasn't.
objection after yes.
Okay.
And when you say that Mr. Matoyer provides for whatever your child may need in terms of clothing, does he buy clothing every month?
Yes, he buys it with all the time. Yes.
Okay, so he also provides for his food then, correct?
Pretty yes.
How much money would you say, if you're adding all this stuff up, how much does it amount to?
Oh, I can't. I mean, I don't know the specific amount, if that's what you're looking for.
Is it more than $216 per month?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And he's been doing that consistently every month for the last 4 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And you say that you're usually in between jobs, correct?
Yes.
And so where do you live?
Where do I live?
Yeah, where do you live? Do you live in an apartment, a house?
I just recently moved to another house.
How do you pay for that house?
I live with someone.
Okay, and they pay all the bills.
Pretty much.
And then Mr. Matoyer gives you money for clothing, shoes, and anything else your child may need, and he does that every month, correct?
When my son is with me, that's what I'm saying. We have no definite. So like right now, he's basically staying with his dad right now.
Okay.
So like It's like, you get what I'm saying? I don't know if you.
I understand what you're saying. Okay, and Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
Mr. Matoyer, do you have any questions for Miss Riggs?
No, sir.
Okay.
And Your Honor, the state would like to call Brandon Matoyer.
All right.
Mr. Matoyer, you heard Ms. Riggs testify that you buy clothing, shoes, food, anything the child may need for in excess of $216 every month, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you've been doing that for how long?
As long as he's been alive now.
Okay, and you currently have health insurance through your employer for your son?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are and you've agreed to continue to provide health insurance for your son through your employer, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you aware that Miss Riggs had been on some type of assistance in the past 4 years?
Yes, ma'am. I was aware that. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I did know.
Okay. All right, Your Honor,
But
I have no further questions for this witness.
Ms. Riggs, do you have any questions for Mr. Matoya?
No, sir.
All right. Ms. Parker, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Final argument?
Your Honor, the final argument is that the state believes that that retro and child support should be set in this case, but we will leave it up to you for your child support in the amount of $216 per month. But we will leave it up to you.
Where did you get that figure? I haven't heard anything about income or anything.
Your Honor, can I recall Mr. Matoya then?
All right.
Mr. Matoya, where do you work?
United States Postal Service.
Okay, and Mr. Matoya, how much do you get paid per hour?
24 and some change.
And how many hours do you work per week?
40 hours.
And do you?
$40. 40 hours.
You said 40 hours.
Yes, ma'am. Well, sometimes it's more. Depends on the volume of the mail. But at least 40 hours.
And how long have you been working there?
This month will make 3 years.
And how long have you been at $24 per hour?
I just made it to $24 an hour last month. I got a step increase.
Okay, so
which
how
is
much?
A pay raise.
Okay, yeah. So you got a step increase in January. And how much were you making per hour in 2020?
24 and some change. It was only like a 20-cent raise. I'm not sure the exact figure.
Okay, so you were saying you were making 23 and some change in 2020 because you said you make 24 now.
No, I said 24 and some change now. I was still making 24. Like I said,
Okay.
the raise was only the way. I'm not sure the exact change, but I haven't made 25 yet. Is what I'm saying. It was 24, and I know like the step increase because that's like our pay raises. It's only like 20 cents or something like that. So I couldn't tell you. I have to pull up my old pay stub or something like that to give you the exact figure.
Okay, so if we're just going to go off $24 per hour, $40 per week, and we'll do it for the whole year, that's around $49,920 per year, correct? Before taxes.
If you say so. I don't have a calculator in front of me now.
That's that's without overtime. So that would be around $4,160 per month gross, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other children?
No, ma'am.
And how much do you pay for the health insurance?
Again, I would have to pull up a check stub, but I know it's 100 and something a pay period for me and him. That's just health, and then I have vision and
dental.
Not sure. Yeah, dental too. I'm not sure about the hearing. That's why I was thinking about the hearing. I'm not sure about the hearing, but I know I have vision and dental as well. So altogether, right around $200 a paycheck every 2 weeks.
Okay, so that would be around, if it's $200 a paycheck every 2 weeks and it's for both of you, that would be around $200 just for him per month for the health insurance, correct? Based off the figures you just gave me, because you said
Man,
it's
I
two.
mean, if you, ma'am, you're breaking it in half, which that's I don't that's the packages that they have, because it's like self plus one, or you see what I'm saying. So I mean,
Yes, I
could,
do.
if you want to, well, I got a question as well. I mean, whenever you finish, I
Okay.
have some questions, if y'all don't mind. Excuse me, Judge, if y'all don't mind, because this wasn't what we was discussing before we came in here, and I kind of feel off guard or whatever, because this wasn't what we was discussing before we came over here, and this wasn't like the child support. It's like you're trying to arrange child support.
Your Honor,
on-
objection, because he's just making a statement.
Well,
Yeah,
Mr.
I'm just.
Matoria,
Okay, I'm
I'll
sorry. Go
give you an
ahead.
opportunity to say something in
Okay.
just a
Okay.
minute, okay? All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead, Ms. Parker.
Yeah, so that would be around $200 per month on the health insurance. And if we were to calculate child support based on the information you just provided us, that would be that would be $657 per month if it was to go based off your postal worker's salary. But you guys are requesting that the child support be set at 0, correct?
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Riggs, not you. It's not your turn. Mr. Matoya, you're correcting that the child support be set at 0, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also requesting that you keep providing the health insurance for your son through your employer, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also requesting that no retroactive child support be ordered, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Your Honor, I have no further questions for him at this time.
All right, Ms. Riggs, do you have any questions for Mr. Matoya this time?
No, sir.
All right. Anything further, Ms. Parker?
No.
All right, Mr. Matoya, you wanted to say something.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
In the previous room, I was asking or trying to figure out why the child support was coming up when we co-parent, and he majority of the time stays with me and has been for the past few years, and we never had a problem with the living condition nor financially, but it was, I guess, something that some assistance she applied for, that his name, because he gets Medicaid, and the last time we was called in for this very thing with the Medicaid and the insurance, we thought it was taken care of, because they actually said, well, he can have that, but when he goes to the doctor, it has to be my primary insurance first, and then the Medicaid will pick it up in the end, and that's why he always had the Medicaid. And even in between jobs, it helped, but at the same time, I was kind of lost at the whole child support being arranged as of right now from the question she just asked. That's why I'm confused, because, like I said, we was talking about in the previous room, we was talking about something that was applied for, and maybe she got it or didn't get it. And like, I was really wondering why I was even summoned or anything like that, and nobody's been able to give me any kind of clarification on that. So that's why I'm really confused, because, like I say, I wasn't prepared to give her figures or none of that other stuff, because that wasn't what it was about. And me trying to call from the summons, from being served the papers, all I got was hotlines. And then, like I say, the Zoom, which I'm not on Zoom, but the phone call I was just in, none of this was discussed nor even brought up. So that's why I'm really confused as to why they're trying to say now, pay this, and my son actually stays with me at this moment.
Okay, you got a copy of the petition, is that correct? You were served with the petition?
Yes, sir.
All right. And in the petition, they requested production of documents, payroll stubs, vouchers, Social Security, whatever checking savings accounts, except, did you provide any of that, sir?
No, sir. I didn't know whether to provide it to.
Well, it says right there, the Office of the Attorney General, Child Support Office, 6161 Savoy Drive, Suite 420, Houston, Texas, 77036. Can't be any clearer than that.
No, I mean, it's not that part of it. It's
No,
the
no, no, no,
state.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no, 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 sir. You were asked to provide all this stuff and you didn't do it. Now, why do you think you might have been asked to provide all this stuff? You were ordered to provide this stuff, actually. But you didn't do it. Well, I mean, they were looking at your income. Unless, do you have custody of this child? Does the child live with
we
you?
yes, sir. He does stay with me at this time. He's been staying with me for the last few years, and this is what I'm saying. We co-parent. We never had a
Wait
child
a minute.
support
Wait,
hearing.
wait
of
a
any-
minute.
of
What do
any
you mean?
kind.
What do you mean? What do you mean stays with you? He's
He,
with you during the entire week?
yeah, he lives with him
Yes,
for
sir.
now. Yes, as of now, he lives with him.
Yes, sir.
And how long has that been going on?
Mm,
Years. I mean,
yeah, for
this
about
is third
off and
grade.
I don't know if it's off and on. I don't, like I said, there's never been a clear line as to, you know, because
We never.
it's never
Oh,
been a
go ahead.
problem with he and I. Like it's never been an issue with anything that he needs if he's with me or if he's with him. If he needs something from me, he gets it. Like there's never been a problem. Like we've never had a problem with co-parenting or providing anything for him as far as different things. With me being in between jobs different times and having to take care of sick and elderly parents and different things like that, I had assistance as far as Medicaid, and he had underlying health issues. So we needed that as I
As
guess
a backup
yes, basically.
or more coverage. If
Okay,
but
listen to my question. Where does the child live?
He lives with his
with
dad
me,
right now.
And how long has he lived there?
I'd say about 5 years.
Oh, and how often do you see him, Miss Riggs?
Whenever I mean, all the time. It's like I said, it's never underlying. Okay, I don't know how to explain it. It's never like if I want to get him right now, I can go over there and go get him. He'll spend the night. Like it's not. I don't know.
Okay, but on the average, how often does he spend the night with you?
Um,
What, one night a week? 3 nights a
no,
week? What? I don't
no.
know.
I guess what I
it all
want to say
depends on the schedule, sir. Because
exactly. That's why I said I can't.
she work and go to school, and she has a family as well. So it's it's never been a problem. If he wants to go over there, it's never a problem for him not going
I
over there. Or her
understand that.
oh,
I
okay.
understand all that. I
Oh,
understand
okay.
all that. You all are doing a good job co-parenting this kid. I just wanted to, he's 12 years
Oh,
old.
Yes,
okay.
Where does he go to school, sir?
he goes to school from with his dad.
He
He goes
goes
to
to
Longoria
school with his
school.
dad.
Lawrence.
Okay.
Well, in New Canaan,
Do you all live in the same neighborhood?
No, sir.
Well, since he just recently moved, we don't. But we used to stay around the corner from each other.
Okay, but now, sir, you live not around the corner from mom, correct?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So,
No, sir.
is your school different than the one that he'd be going to if he lived with mother?
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir. I believe
It
so.
is. Okay, so you have enrolled him in the school in your neighborhood, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, then, just by agreement with the parents, I understand the AG doesn't agree, but I'm ordering that no child support or arrearage judgment ordered at this time, and all other stipulations are approved.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, so Miss Riggs and Mr. Matoyer, you just have to go back over to the other Zoom and you'll complete the paperwork, which basically says there's no child support and there's no retro.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you guys will be free to go.
So we go back
And
to
this
the
is
original
the
meeting?
first.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. All right, Mom.